She married him for his money, then he showed her the fake bank account. She thought she'd struck gold. A confident beauty from the city, marrying what she assumed was a socially awkward, hopelessly rich tech genius. Every text she sent was laced with sweet manipulation. Every smile, every promise, a carefully rehearsed performance. But the man she thought was an easy target had something else planned. When he finally exposed the truth behind his wealth and showed her the one file that changed everything, her perfectly crafted world shattered like glass. This isn't just a story of deception. It's a masterclass in karma, patience, and the ultimate twist that will leave you speechless. Before we dive in, please support us by subscribe, like, and share for more with activating the notification bell. Thank you. Bianca DeWitt had been taught from an early age that love fades, but money stays. She grew up watching her mother juggle 2 jobs, scrubbing wealthy people's homes while wearing second-hand shoes. The struggle ignited a fire in her. She wasn't going to survive, she was going to thrive. But Bianca had one rule. She wouldn't work hard for wealth, she would marry into it. So she curated herself like a brand, highlight reels of luxury. Outfits, manicured selfies, and brunches with other influencers she barely knew. Her Instagram gave the illusion that she was already rich, but in reality, her designer bags were rented, her apartment was barely livable, and she owed over $9,000 in credit card debt. She needed a wealthy man fast. Enter Preston Vale. She met him at a tech expo she only attended because someone offered free VIP tickets on Facebook. Preston, a lanky man with a mop of unkempt hair and oversized glasses, didn't look like wealth, but he wore a name badge from Neurosyntek, a startup rumored to be backed by Silicon Valley's biggest sharks. Bianca's eyes gleamed. She zeroed in. "Oops, so sorry," she chirped, deliberately spilling a bit of water near him. He offered a clumsy smile and a napkin. She handed him a flirtatious look and her number. Their first date was at a humble ramen bar. Preston nervously fumbled with chopsticks, but Bianca played it smooth, laughing at his stories, showing interest in machine learning, even pretending to have read books on behavioral tech. She studied him like an algorithm and mirrored his interests. By week 2, she had infiltrated his routine. By week 4, she was accidentally staying over. By week 8, she whispered dreams of a shared future and hinted at wedding boards she'd saved since she was a teenager. Preston was falling fast, or so she thought. He proposed on a rainy rooftop with a modest diamond ring. Not flashy, but she accepted, knowing that the real jewels were hiding in his investment portfolio. Behind her radiant yes, she whispered, "Soon." Bianca planned the wedding herself, minimalist but photogenic. She convinced Preston to rent a sleek art gallery for the ceremony, spun her modest dress as elegant restraint, and carefully curated guests for maximum Instagram exposure. She didn't invite her struggling cousins from New Jersey. "It's a small, intimate event," she told them. After exchanging vows, Preston swept her off to a mountain cabin for their honeymoon. It was cozy, yes, but it wasn't a private island. There were no helicopter rides or champagne fountains. Bianca smiled for pictures but was quietly fuming. Where was the luxury? Where were the gold-plated credit cards? Maybe he's being low-key to test me, she reasoned. Back home, she began laying groundwork. She requested joint accounts to build trust, floated the idea of a joint will, and pretended to worry about their financial future. Preston never argued. He simply nodded, smiled, and stayed vague. That annoyed her, so she started digging when Preston left for a company retreat one weekend. Bianca went into full stealth mode. She rummaged through drawers, computers, and closets. That's when she found it, a USB-marked legacy. Heart-pounding, she slid it into a laptop. What unfolded in front of her were folders labeled trust accounts, crypto ledger, real estate holdings, and net worth breakdown. Her eyes widened. The balances were insane. One crypto wallet had $11 million. Another had investments in Dubai. Screenshots of brokerage accounts flashed across the screen. She gasped. "He's richer than I imagined." She copied the files to her cloud drive, labeling the folder Exit Plan, a collection of all the files she'd need if she ever wanted to leave and take a slice with her. Her hands shook with adrenaline. She started making plans in her head: private lawyers' accounts in offshore banks, maybe even a penthouse in Paris. But what she didn't see was that the USB had a blinking blue light. It was no ordinary storage device. It was tracking her every move. Preston wasn't clueless, though he lacked charisma. He had intuition honed from years of dealing with corporate sharks. He noticed the little things: how Bianca always asked about wills and life insurance, how she never posted about their love, but flaunted dinners and gifts, how her compliments felt memorized. So he designed a trap. Operation Mirror was more than just a code name. It was a test of trust, disguised as a digital decoy. Every document Bianca had seen, the accounts, the screenshots, the crypto wallets, they were fake, constructed using dummy data and enhanced visuals, tailored to trigger greed. The USB she found, it wasn't just a lure. It recorded every file she opened, every folder she copied. He watched it all live through a mirrored feed on his office computer. He saw the folder she made, Exit Plan. He read the messages she typed into her phone, Give me a few weeks, I'll figure out the cleanest way to leave. He saw her contacting lawyers, researching loopholes, exploring prenup cancellations. He didn't panic, he didn't scream, he didn't confront her, he simply watched. Then he planted more bait. He told Bianca he'd be out of town for 4 days, and purposely left a forgotten key to the upstairs office. Inside the safe, more forged documents, blank checks, and even a fake will naming her as the primary heir. Bianca's eyes had lit up like a child on Christmas morning. She took photos, scanned everything. Preston watched from a cafe down the street, sipping tea and smiling. He'd given her the rope, now she was tying the knot. It was a Thursday afternoon when Bianca's entire world flipped. She was in the kitchen, on the phone with someone she called Eli, the same lawyer she'd been planning a private consultation with. She whispered about accounts, assets, and keeping things discreet. That's when the front door opened. Preston walked in. Calm as ever, carrying groceries. "You're home early," she gasped, nearly dropping the phone. "I missed you," he said softly. "Can we talk?" She followed him into the living room, eyes scanning for anything out of place. Preston placed a small black box on the table. "I've been thinking about transparency," he said. "We're married now. You should see what I'm really working on." She opened the box. Inside, the same USB. Her heart sank. Cold sweat trickled down her back. "I know what you've seen," Preston said. His voice had changed, colder, firmer, no longer the bumbling nerd. "The documents, the accounts, the fake will." She tried to play dumb. What are you talking about?" He tapped a remote. A large monitor lit up behind him. The footage rolled, Bianca opening files, copying them, texting lawyers, searching how to liquidate joint assets discreetly. "I watched all of it," he said. She staggered back. "Preston, I didn't mean..." "Yes, you did," he interrupted. "But don't worry, this was a test, and you failed beautifully." She was silent. "I set up every file you saw. They're fabrications. I'm not a billionaire. Not yet. Anyway." Her lips trembled. "So, what now?" He looked her dead in the eyes. "You have a choice." Bianca's legs gave out, and she sat heavily on the sofa. Her mind spun. She felt exposed, betrayed, though she knew deep down she had betrayed him first. "I gave you a chance," Preston continued, "to be honest, to grow with me. But you chose shortcuts." Bianca remained silent. "I'm not kicking you out," he said, "but I am giving you a choice. Leave now with nothing or stay and earn the life you thought you were marrying into." Her eyes snapped up. "What does that mean?" "I'm building something real," he said. "A tech platform for behavioral forecasting. It's not profitable yet, but it will be. You can help or walk away." For once, Bianca was speechless. Weeks passed. She didn't leave. Not immediately out of love, but curiosity. Then guilt. Then something deeper. Preston involved her in real work, pitch decks, product designs, even outreach strategies. She learned about tech, about grit, about how real wealth wasn't flashy, it was built. And something strange happened. She fell for him. Not the money, not the facade, but the real Preston. 2 years later, their company was valued at $20 million. 3 years later, they were on the cover of Forbes side by side. When asked how they did it, Bianca always smiled and replied, "I married him for his money, but I stayed for his mind and earned my own."